let's start this review off with a quiz. We're going to be reviewing Jason Newsted, his new project Newsted, and the album Heavy Metal Music. Firstly, what band was Jason Newsted a part of prior to joining Metallica? Secondly, what was his first post-Metallica band? And thirdly, what was his nickname in Voivod? Alright guys, now that that's out of the way, leave the answers in the comments, along with comments about this album, of course. And I'm now about to give you mine. Jason Newsted. Oh man, let me tell you something. This guy must have a really fun life. Seriously, this guy must really enjoy his time. He's been a part of some really big bands, including Metallica, and he's also just gotten the opportunity to, you know, kind of make his own mark ever since his post-Metallica days. I'm trying to do this without giving away answers. However, ever since he started this solo project, he had an EP that was released a little bit earlier this year, and now this is the full length that is getting its fair due and fair release date on August the 6th. He's really just kind of branched out and showcased that he just loves good old-fashioned heavy motherfucking metal. And this is proof. This album is proof. It's right there in the name, Heavy Metal Music. You already know going in what you should really expect. And really, this is heavy metal music the old-style way, the really awesome way, you know, the way that just kind of inspires you to really bang your head while at the same time also trying to, this is what I mean. You know, this is what I mean. A lot of you people, what do you mean you people? A lot of people probably wonder what I meant in the Asking Alexandria review that I did a couple days ago. What I really meant whenever I said I'm getting sick and tired of new bands trying to put little inspirational efforts in their songs. There's a proper way to do it. I should have explained that then. I didn't, and that's my own fault. There's a way to really present that where you can really be inspirational while at the same time being brutal as fuck, man. The way that they did it really just doesn't work because it's kind of a bipolar tendency where it's really a self-loathing that is then mixed to a, you know, live life for you type of thing. With Jason Newsted, it's kind of more of the message of, listen, you gotta live life while you're living because whenever you're gone, you're a long time dead. That's straight from long time dead. And that is absolutely true, and it is not something that is so in your face and so belligerent about it and trying to make it such a huge-ass focal point and focus on the song that it's able to get in there, it's able to really make an impact and make you think a little bit whenever you're listening, all the while banging your head to these riffs and just loving every minute of it. I mean, Jason just really must have kind of gone back through his old, you know, bass riff catalog and just kind of thought, well, I could use that. I could probably use that. I thought I used that, but I guess I didn't. And then was just like, you know what, fuck all this, I'm just going to write a whole bunch of new ones. And, wow, if that was the choice that he made, regardless of what choice he made some damn killers. The one that I'm going to really focus on, track 8, Nocturnus, a 6-minute, 13-second long doom metal style epic. It makes me think of names such as Cathedral. It makes me think of the legendary Black Sabbath. It makes me think that Newsted easily could be a project that is not only viable, but incredible for a long period of time. If they made a whole album centered around, you know, riffs and structure like Nocturnus, it might be the album of the year, because this is just a amazing track. Now, some people might be turned off a little bit by Jason's vocals, and really, that's understandable. That really is. Because sometimes, with some people, vocals play a huge and heavy role. I, for one, sometimes tend to be one such individual. However, I like the gruff style of vocals that are employed by Jason on this album. I really think that they fit. I really think that he plays a style of metal, a form of metal, just the heavy metal idea, where that style, that gruffness, you know, that imperfection fits perfectly. It fits beautifully in with the music. It actually goes along with it. It's not something where it is, you know, noticeably out of place. Instead, it feels right at home. The construction of these tracks are just very nice. There's a nice mix between simplistic riffing with nice tethered soloing to kind of bring it all together to a little bit more complexity, a little bit more enormity on some of these tracks where it really brings forth a nice and tremendous amount of variety. There is variety on this album, and even though maybe it's, you know, a little bit more subtle to hear the variety, this is definitely a nice change. If you're doing something, like if you're typing a paper, if you're a student, or if you are just at home trying to check your email or something like that, Either that or if you're just kind of vegged out because you just smoked a whole lot of crystal meth, you're going to really find this album to be enjoyable. The time is just going to fly by, and all of a sudden you're going to look down at your clock and realize, fuck, where did the last 50 so minutes of my life went? And you know what? After kind of being worrisome about what you could have accomplished in that near hour for about 20 seconds, you're going to realize, screw it. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the time that I had. And this album was a fitting backdrop, a fitting background for exactly what I did, and I really, really enjoyed it. This is one where you can focus on it and you're going to find a lot of great things, or you can not focus on it and be surprised by a lot of great things. This is the type of release where it captivates you whenever it succeeds, and it succeeds a lot, so you are going to be captivated. Whenever you are truly and really engaged, where you kind of have that moment where you stop everything that you do and really focus on a track, that's going to feel really rewarding, because on an album of a lot of solid musicianship and great songwriting, whenever you get that one moment, that apex moment where you really just kind of have to cease everything that you're doing and really focus and pay attention and just listen and just get awe-stricken by it, man, that's a great feeling. It's one of those things that can really change a mood around really quickly. If you're in a bad mood and you reach that moment with this album, that bad mood will almost be erased completely. I have to give a lot of credit to Jason on this album. I really do. It's fitting that I'm doing this while I'm doing the Metallica discography, I suppose, but hey, timing is everything, I suppose. This is a really, really great release, and one that I do highly recommend to each and every one of you. For one of the guys who is probably one of the most important reasons why Metallica is what it is today, because of his, impeccable ability to really fill some really big shoes, and we're getting into that in the discography review that I've done. Actually, we just started with And Justice for All, but he was able to do that, and now even bigger things are coming from Jason in his own solo endeavors. Man, pick this one up, give it a shot, do whatever you gotta do to listen to this, because it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a killer. It is a cover killer. I love it. I'm going to give it a 9. I have to give this album a 9. It just has all of the tools of the trade really required to make a fantastic record. The younger kids may not understand what I mean by that, but just trust me, you'll know when you hear it. I'll talk to you guys later. I have nothing more to say. I'm out. Later.